The UK doesn't have the spread of coronavirus under control, the chief scientific advisor Patrick Vallance has admitted. Speaking at a Downing Street press conference, Sir Patrick and Professor Whitty said that the rates of COVID were going in the wrong direction. But despite the Prime Minister warning that he wanted to avoid another national lockdown, his chief advisor struck a much darker tone. And Sir Patrick stressed that, while parts of the country may be facing tighter restrictions than others, it is still a national crisis. He said it would be wrong to take from this that this is a problem that's only in certain areas. It's worse in certain areas, but there is evidence of spread everywhere. It seemed to directly contradict the warning from the PM, as Mr. Johnson had said. I do think it is possible that there is a difference now in the way the disease is expressing itself in the country. We are seeing some very clear local peaks, just as there were local peaks in Italy and other countries. And it may be it's too early to say, but it may be that this is a more localized phenomenon this time. Close quote. But describing the spread, Sir Patrick said, it's very clear that rates are still going up, and we don't have this under control at the moment. Close quote. It came as data was unveiled, which showed that admissions to hospital and intensive care units have spiked dramatically in recent weeks, shocking new figures show. Professor Whitty said the number of ICU admissions was clearly going in the wrong direction, but was not threatening hospital capacity. He said, "We are pointing out that the direction of travel for both hospitals and intensive care is going in the wrong direction, particularly in these areas that have seen rapid increases in cases." He insisted the NHS was open for business and urged people not to avoid medical care. Asked whether the government was moving fast enough to combat the virus, Sir Patrick admitted, "It's very clear that rates are still going up, and we don't have this under control at the moment." Close quote. Mr. Johnson said the country was entirely dependent on the public's collective action in driving down the virus. Mr. Johnson, citing a package of recent measures, restrictions, and enforcements, including the so-called Rule of Six limit on socialising, said, "The answer is, I'm afraid, entirely dependent on how effective we are now in collectively driving down the virus. We know we can do it, because we did it before, in March and April. What we hope is that if people obey the guidance, fulfill the guidance, in the way they can, and the way they have in the past, we will get the spread of the virus down again." The strategy is to do that, while keeping the economy open, the vast bulk of the economy open, and keeping young people in education. Those have to be absolutely crucial priorities. I'm confident we can do it together, if we follow the guidance. But our success will have to be judged in the days and week ahead. It is still too early to tell whether that package of measures will be successful. Close quote.